Yeah. Peace fills my heart. And I surrender everything. Yeah. Fine. Good morning. This is a very easy chant because all you have to do is follow me. Karen Drucker's great chant about prosperity, right? So just repeat after me. Prosperity, I claim it. Abundance, it is mine. Love flows through me. I feel joy all the time. Oh my goodness gracious. Have you guys had your coffee this morning? My goodness. Let's try it again. Let's maybe raise the key. Feel the beat. Prosperity, I claim it. Abundance, it is mine. Love flows through me. I feel joy all the time. I can have it. I deserve it. I claim it. It is mine. I can have it. I deserve it. I claim it. It's mine. Come on, let's just get some involvement. Peace fills my heart. I surrender everything. Health is my birthright. Passion helps me sing. I can have it. Now let's do that again. Here we go. I can have it. I deserve it. I am it. It is time. I release it. I let go. Accept what is mine. Ooh, ooh. I let spirit direct the flow. It is good. Life is fun. Life is great. This song is done. But we have to do one more. Prosperity, I claim it. Abundance, it is mine. Love, 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 love flows through me. I feel joy all the time. Great, we got it going. Thank you.
Good morning, Unity in Marin. I have a couple of surprises for you today. The first surprise is that I'm not Medora, and the second is that it's not 10:30, it's actually 9:30, so it's going to be an interesting service as we all wake up. But I wanted to welcome you today. It's a really, really lovely service, and I almost feel like the weather matches the spirit. It's sunny, it's calm, it's beautiful, and you're all here, and I feel the warmth. So let's get our service started. And as we hear that chime, it's a reminder. It comes from the quiet. It returns to the quiet. This room is filled with love. This room is filled with joy, with generosity, and with peace. And so it is. Amen.
Open to the presence now. Love is in this place. Open to the light within. Feel God's peace and grace. Open to the presence now. Love is in this place. Open to the light within. Feel God's peace and grace.
Good morning again. so lovely to see everybody, and I always love the 9:30/10:30 service. It's just, it's a kind of, it's almost like the Wednesday nights. There's a serenity, there's a love, there's a peace, and I'm just happy to be here today. On today's services, we have Gary Malkin is going to be playing, as you all heard, and all the lovely piano that we always get here. And May McCarthy is going to be giving our talk today. And we really have a chance to connect and join and to kind of come and replenish ourselves as we go back into the week. And I just want to remind you that we've been here for 54 years, Unity in Marin has. And we've had 3 ministers, and we're in this unique time, and today is a unique service. We're really preparing. I would say our Advent has begun. For us, Advent is getting ready for the next step, the next place where we go as a community. And I want you to remember that in every part of the service, the mission, the connect, the grow, the serve, even the announcements. What brings us here? What holds us together? What gives us that glow? What keeps that going? And so every week I think about the mission statement, and I'm just reminded that we're here to raise our consciousness to love, to help each other, to make the day a little better. So let's say our mission statement together. That we are a spiritual community committed to authenticity and the expression of each other, living an enlightened life. And if you don't mind, why don't you grab the hand of the person next to you as we get ready for our commit, our first connect commitment, our first commitment. And it's fine to sit. You don't have to stand. But if you want to, And as you hold the person's hand next to you, I want you to open your heart to trust. As you hold her hand, open your mind to truth. And as you hold her hand, this is our communion, our community, our soul, how we get together every Sunday. And we say our core commitments that we connect with Spirit, inspiring each other, community, and the world. Thank you. And Sandra Merlot is going to come up and tell us a little bit about what's going on.
Hello, everyone. As you've seen since May, the sacred search for another senior minister has passed through the vision and the search stages. 4 qualified candidates were selected in October. So the communications and logistics team oversees the candidates' visits to Unity, where each one gives the message and a workshop, shares time with our members in the Get Acquainted Circle. That's from 12:45 to 1:30, and then is interviewed by the Board of Trustees. So last week, the first of the 4 delivered the message and the workshop, and you will meet the next 3 on November 18th, December 2nd, and December 9th. To make it easy for members of our community to share their perceptions of each minister with the board, you had the opportunity to complete an evaluation form, an assessment, after last week's message and workshop. And you'll be able to do the same thing for the next 3 candidates. The Board of Trustees plans to review your completed assessments to help them reach a decision. The members of the communication logistics team are pleased to serve you. Sam Engel, Sue Summers, Kathy Borenstein, Alicia Levin, and Lenora Hart, as well as myself. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandra. And if you all don't know already, the amount of time and work that's gone into this is just inspiring. 600 hours, such professionalism, and we're starting to really see some wonderful people. So Sandra, thank you, and of course Mel and Lynn and Tom and everybody on the team. It's really been amazing to watch. Another opportunity we have is our Wednesday nights. That's a time when we come together to connect, grow, and serve in the middle of the week. And our own Lisa Starbird is coordinating that, and she's giving the talk this Wednesday, and it's about the law of attraction, and really apropos to today's talk as well, bringing abundance, bringing generosity, bringing expansion into your life. So check it out. It's a wonderful service. And then coming up for Thanksgiving, Caroline Gauthier, who's sitting there next to Gary, is also she's going to do a short talk on keeping the attitude of gratitude. So as you can see, we're sort of putting a lot of thanks and giving into our Thanksgiving season. And there will be traditional songs, and we won't have a Wednesday service on that particular, that Thursday before. But if you can come help and set up for the Thursday, that would be much appreciated. So Caroline, thank you for that. And then the next day, on the Thanksgiving actually, we'll be having a dinner here. That's the 22nd, and that's at 2 p.m. So if you feel like having your own family dinner later, come at 2, and it's a great chance to have the fellowship that we have here every Sunday and all the times that we gather together. And it'll be potluck. Children under 10 are free. And just go outside, go to the hub if you have any questions and need to sign up. And it's going to be a wonderful time to celebrate the holidays. So as Wendy brings forth our prayer box, I want to extend that message of gratitude, extend that spirit that's really coming in with the season. As the light gets dimmer and the days get colder, you go inward. And for me, I tend to remember the people who've made this place possible. For 54 years, we've had the Candida Wrights, the Betty Martins, the Norland Merritts, the Nadine Schendells, the Arlene Halligans. And every Sunday when I'm up here, I just try to remember how wonderful the people who've come before us, the gifts they've given us. And so we take our prayers and put it in the box and pray over it here for 30 days and then send it to Unity Village where it's prayed over as well. And if you have any concerns, please share those with us. And Wendy, thank you for your service. And today's daily word is grace. And every Sunday we read the daily word, and I think 400 or 500,000 people in the world read that as well. So we really join the unity movement in this moment. With joy and gratitude, I embrace all of God's good. The Gospel of Luke tells the story of a father who willingly divides his property between two sons. After wasting his inheritance and then experiencing extreme poverty, the younger son returns to his father's home humbled. When the young man declares his unworthiness to be called son, his father responds by giving him gifts and celebrating his homecoming. Surely this young man experienced grace. Like the prodigal son, you may feel unworthy. We may feel unworthy. Feelings of unforgiveness, such as that older brother felt, they may also block the flow of good in your life. As I recognize and realize these thoughts and feelings, I open my entire being to the chance of grace. With joy and gratitude, I embrace all of God's good. And then we have from Luke, the father said to him, "Son, you're always with me, and all that is mine is yours." And so as we move into the silence, I ask you to remember the word enough. You are enough. There is enough. Scarcity is imagined. Prosperity is. And we take this hope and this gratitude into the silence.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Finding the strength to go on, you'll find love pouring through. There's so much in life we can't control. When a storm clouds your way, when the pain invades your very soul, you're afraid to live another day, we must rise past the pain of yesterday. There's no going back, try another way. Find the strength in your heart to walk through the dark. There's a light that lives in each of us from the start. Life is never perfect. Life is never perfect. Finding the strength to go on, you'll feel love pouring through. Love keeps pouring through. You'll never know when the winds will blow and turn your life upside down. You know what I'm talking about, right? Let me know, let us know how we can help you grow. Reach out your hand and feel the ground. Rise, we've got to rise when we know we're not alone. We all need to feel like we're coming home. Find the strength in your heart to walk through the dark. There's a light that lives in each of us from the start. Life is never perfect. Life is never perfect. Finding the strength to go on, we'll feel love pouring through. We'll find love pouring through. So I'd love you to join me on this. It goes, life is never perfect. Life is never perfect. And I'll sing the love part. Life is never, and if you want to join me, perfect. But the love keeps pouring through. Life is never perfect. Life feels never perfect. But the love keeps pouring through. Maybe you don't like singing Life is Never Perfect. So let's say, love is always perfect. Love is always perfect. You like that better? Love is always perfect, and it's there for us when we need it. Love is always perfect, and the love keeps pouring through.
Thank you, Gary. I've been following Gary for 15 years. I just introduced myself and he said, "Who are you?" I've seen him at Grace Cathedral, at the Unitarian Chapel. Wonderful music. Thank you so much, Gary. I would say with that music, that energy, and the extra hour we've slept, we can just bring it up a little bit. Anyway, I'd like to welcome everybody here today, and for those of you watching online, to welcome you as well. This is really a special community, and it's special because it's a place where you can really find friendship and where you can really grow personally and spiritually. And so every Sunday we have the welcome team, and they come around and really try to extend that spirit of love and acceptance and tolerance that we believe we are. And if you're watching online, we really appreciate that. We usually get about 50 or maybe 25 people, often from different parts of the world. And the chance to join in, that's something that we always look forward to send the message out and spread it. So if you're new, just raise your hand, and one of these lovely people will give you some interesting items, including a little form to fill out. And would you believe we've had about 6,000 of these in the past? I looked over the logs, and I've had a lot of people come here to Unity, and a lot of people touched and moved by our message. And if you fill out the form, you'll get, I believe, a cup. And of course, there's more information out in the courtyard. We have the hub, the welcome team there, and the welcome people to let you know what events and what other places you may find interesting and fit in. Our second core commitment is to grow. So let's say that together. We grow consciousness, education, healing, and prayer. And I really find the growth commitment to be so perfect for our next announcement, which is our Faith in Action, which starts today. And Al is going to come up. He's our board treasurer. And before he does, I just want to say a couple comments. One is very, only once every decade or two do you go through what we're going through here. We have such a chance now to reinvent ourselves. You all saw Reverend Tim, give his Sunday talk, and we have 3 more people coming. And there's so many opportunities here. And let me just name 2. One is the online people that we welcomed. Actually, out in Hawaii, they have 15,000 people watching, and 1/3 of their donations come from that. That's an opportunity. That's really, and living in the Bay Area, this is an entrepreneurial place. That to me is something that you would say, that's a fledgling piece. We have the tech booth and John up there and all the people who help get this going, but we really, really need Faith in Action and your help and your support to get that launched, to get that moving. The second one is the Montessori school. It was so many hurdles, and if anybody's tried to start a school, a daycare center, a business, there's regulation, there's licensing. We got it going. We have 15 students thereabouts. And we're just at that break-even point, but it's ready to break through and just needs your support. So I know that we do Faith in Action every year, but this is a really special year. And from now until December, we really, really want to take, and there are more than those 2, the multitude of opportunities, including the new minister, and lift this place up and really launch it for the 21st century. So Al, come on up.
Dangerous. So yeah, thanks, Gabe. And I was thinking about the best message to deliver today, but really, Faith in Action this year is the easy part. I just want to reiterate that. There's a lot of hard work going on in the community right now, and this is the easy part to just make sure that work continues. And so this is, the objective of Faith in Action this year. We're going to transition, and we're going to use the message of conscious giving. And the idea of conscious giving is not only what you get out of it and like what, you know, spiritual growth you have, but also the conscious giving of giving with an intention, giving with the intention of seeing the community that you want to have, because this is the way that we do that. This is the way that we create the community that we want to have. So there's a lot of hard work going on right now in the search and Montessori and running the organization and all of the volunteers and other things. This is the easy part. So in your flyers today, if you all have this, this is the pamphlet. So you see a nice picture of me and Fonzie on the front there. Don't tell Kai, I didn't have a picture of Kai or Sarah. But so it goes over the faith in action. So I have a couple of asks for you right now. So first off, we're really looking to get a good start on Faith in Action. I really want to make sure that we can signal to the broader community, to all of our stakeholders, that this is a committed community. So I asked first is make your pledges early. Like, I don't want to be up here for 8 weeks asking for pledges, and so that's one thing. If you're sitting here today saying like, oh, I don't have my bank account information, or I don't know exactly how much I want to give, put a little note in the box and say like, contact me, I want to give, I just haven't figured it out yet. Just show that you're committed, and because I know that we're all committed, I just want to make sure that we have that. The second thing I want to ask is we have a very rich community. This building is, as I've mentioned many times, is worth a lot. We don't owe a lot of debt on it. It's amazing. But we do need cash flow. And we need cash flow because of the upcoming minister search, minister transition, all of that thing. So as you're thinking about if you have 2018 tax planning and you want to make, you want to advance some of your faith in action, that would be excellent, and that would really help the community out right now, because we have a bunch of things coming up. Montessori is right now breaking even. It's throwing off a little bit of cash, but it's going to start throwing off more. But we have a rich community, but we have a cash poor community. So any cash flow support can be really help that. So you're going to see me around the courtyard. You'll see my boys. They'll also be helping out, like reminding you to fill these out. There's a box in the back. There's pens. I'll come around and help you fill it out if you need. But please donate now, and thank you for your support.
Thank you, Al. Yeah, and I just want to cap off what he said with two sentiments. One is gratitude. I mean, I'm looking out, and I know almost every one of you by face, by name, and you have given so much. I really want to say thank you for that. And also to say, quite from a personal side, I'm up here today playing Medora's role, playing worship assistant, I'm board chair, and on behalf of the whole board, we really do need your help. We really do need your help. And if you can step up, it would really increase the energy level. And as you know, this is to take a small plant and put the water and light on it and make it thrive. So please help, and again, thank you for the enormous amounts that so many of you have done and have been committed for years and years. Okay, our next slide is for Mae McCarthy, who's here today. I'm looking at her and she's waving. And she has this lovely top on that my wife would wear, the same kind of bright and very radiant, grateful color. So she's giving a workshop after her talk today, and that'll be from 1 to 3:30 here in the sanctuary. So again, this is that time of the year where we have the tradition of Thanksgiving, but prosperity and growth and thanks and so forth. And she has a couple of books, The Path to Wealth and The Gratitude Formula, which are also in the bookstore. And again, like many of the opportunities and speakers we have here, it's a chance to further our growth commitments, to connect to each other, and really appreciate and celebrate the season. We have on Friday, this Friday, a non-duality talk. And what I love about some of these speakers is they blend science. We live in such a technological society, and meditation. And it's that non-dual, that kind of not either or, but both and thinking, which is part of Peter Russell's talk. So he's here to help us really understand the self and the other and how those can be blended. And it's wonderful. So Friday at 7 p.m. if you're so able. And then on November 16th, we have Amy Call. And Amy, 15 years ago, like many of the people who've been here and have spoken, Amy had a near-death experience, and she wants to come and tell us about her experience and her insights. So lots to do, and why don't we now sing our statement of truth together?
There is only one power, only one presence, active in all my life and in the universe. God the good in all, through all, and over all. There is only one power, only one presence, active in all my life and in the universe. God the good in all, through all, and over all. Alleluia, alleluia. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
I'm not supposed to say very much, but I want to say a little bit about what these two songs are, the one I just did and the one I'm about to do. For 6 years, I've been working on a musical called Can You Hear Me, Baby, to empower the world around the medicalization of birth is getting very alarming, and infant mortality rate is very high in America. So we have a musical, and we're going to, in 7 days, we're recording the 18 songs with New York Equity Actors in New York City. And it's very exciting because we've been working on it for 6 years. And that song you just heard, Life is Never Perfect, has never been performed live before. It's the first time. And so these are two songs from the musical. And this is the encore at the end of the show. You go through this whole journey about this couple going through lots of choices and this woman getting empowered to really redefine how she wants to give birth and how important bonding is. And it's really something I'm excited. And I won't talk anymore. But at the end of the musical, we all celebrate the miracle of life. And I just for a minute, think about it. Like, think about it. We all take it so for granted that there's zygote and there's sperm and then, bam, there's a new being. So it's just, here we go. This song is really meant for participation. I also have I've maybe performed this once. So bear with me, because I've written it, but I don't know about performing it yet. But here we go. Here I am. When you hold on. There we go. There we go. See, I told you I haven't done it. When you were just a spark in your mama's eyes, your heart was dreaming dreams that filled the skies. You took it day by day. We knew you'd find a way. And now you're here to show us who you are. Will you find what makes your heart sing out so you know that you belong? You can count on us to believe in you. We all want to hear your song. Life is magic, life is light. Love's the fire, we'll burn bright. When I look into your eyes, I see love that lives forever. Life's a miracle, love's a miracle. We're all miracles, can't you just feel it? Love's a miracle, we're all miracles. Celebrate the magic now. Be who you are. Look outside your mind, inside your mind. Let me try that again. Be who you are. Live inside your mind. You can I feel your mind. Oh, baby's born on birth. I'm missing the word, sorry. dun, 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 to show us who you are. When you find out what makes your heart sing out, you can know that you belong. You can count on us to believe in you. You all know that want to hear your song. Life is magic, life is light. Love's the fire, we'll burn bright. When we look into your eyes, we see love that lasts forever. Life's a miracle, we're all miracles, we're all miracles. Can't you just feel it? Love's a miracle, we're all miracles, we're all miracles. Celebrate the magic, shout, shout out your joy. Greet each day with new eyes. Shout, shout out your joy. We're making our dreams come true. There's never been a time like now to know that love has found the way. Celebrate the magic, life's a miracle. Life is, life's a miracle. Say that word, life is, life's a miracle. Life is, life's a miracle. Yeah, life is. Share love. So just repeat after me on the share love. I'm just gonna do just share love. Like, share love, share love. It's all about love. All you need is love. Share love. It's all about love. Love makes the world go round. Share love. Love is a holy ground. Share love. Love will find a way. Share love. Share love. Love is here to stay. Love is here to stay. Life's a miracle. We're a miracle. We're a miracle. Can't you just feel it? Love's a miracle. We're a miracle. We're a miracle. Celebrate the magic. Ooh. Celebrate the moment. Yeah, yeah. Celebrate the magic. Celebrate the loving. Celebrate the magic. Now we're a miracle. Share your love. Life's a miracle. Yeah, I need you. I need you. Share your love. Life's a miracle. Share your love. You want to sing that with me? Share your love. Life's a miracle. Share your love. Life's a miracle. Share your love. Stand up. A miracle. Oh, whoa. It's a miracle, isn't it? Share your love. Life's a miracle. Whoa, 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 whoa. Share your love. Life's a miracle. Share your love. Life's a miracle. Thank you. I couldn't find my second verse. Please forgive me. But you got the drift.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you. Life is a miracle. Thank you for that message. Yeah. So I have the honor of introducing our speaker, Mae McCarthy, and she had some things she wanted me to read for you, but I just wanted to say Mae is from Hawaii, and she's from a family of 10. And as I understand it, that type of upbringing is actually a unique form of business school. So when you're young and you're the youngest of 10 and you're just trying to get by at 6 years old, it's one thing to not get your food, it's another thing to see it as an inventory problem and to start learning logistics and planning and inventory shrinkage. So Mae became a quintessential entrepreneur starting at about that ripe age of 6. And over the past 36 years, she's been using metaphysical spiritual practices to grow 7 businesses, 7 successful businesses in a variety of industries, and the biggest of which is actually over $100 million grossing business. She's a member of the Center of Spiritual Living and has been a grateful student of Ernest Holmes, Charles Fillmore, and their teacher Emma Curtis Hopkins, and lots of other New Thought teachers, which we have here as well. She travels the world, and I love her words on purpose, which is different from the accidental tourist. She wants to elevate prosperity and freedom for all. And as I mentioned, the 2 books she has here, the Gratitude Formula and the Path to Wealth, I think we have those over in the bookstore. So May is here today to help us jumpstart with a talk to jumpstart our good and on a perfect day with the beginning of our faith in action. And we really want to try to see that law of increase in our lives and get higher levels of happiness, abundance, and freedom. So would you put your hands together and let's welcome May McCarthy.
Thank you. Oh, thank you very much for having me back. What a beautiful, beautiful day. So I made some notes because I know that there's lots going on today, and I don't want to go over because I did get bit by the Irish gift of gab, and I could go on forever, and I won't do that to you. So without further ado, before we get started, can I just see with a show of hands, how many of you have ever felt that you just need a little more time to get everything done? Yeah, just a little more time to get stuff done. Yeah, and has anyone ever felt that they'd like to have more appreciation from your employer or your coworkers or your community or your family or friends? More appreciation. And would anybody like to have more money and the freedom to do whatever you want, whenever you want? Excellent, I am in the right place. Oh, great. Well, over 36 years ago, my mother, who was a devout Catholic, who converted from Seventh-day Adventist, gave me my very first metaphysical book called The Game of Life and How to Play It, published in 1925. It's probably in your bookstore. It's a great one. It's by a woman named Florence Scovel Shinn. I call her Emma Curtis Hopkins for dummies because she's really easy to understand. And I took that book with me off to college and I thought I had a secret formula. All I had to do was what was written in that book, and I was able to graduate in honors in 3 years while growing a business with 250 employees. It was a miracle-making formula. And as I matured in my spiritual understanding, what I realized is she's just teaching the same spiritual principles that are taught in this church and other New Thought centers around the world. She was onto something, and I'm so grateful. And the last time I was here, I told you about how I've morphed my spiritual practice to take on God as my partner, to take on that characteristic of spirit that's the ultimate advisor characteristic as my partner. And each day we have a goal planning meeting, and I gave this partner a title. I call it the Chief Spiritual Officer. Because I'm a CEO of companies. I've had many companies, lots of multi-million-dollar companies that I've grown. And I surround myself with people whose advice I value. I have a chief financial officer that advises us on the financial health of our company, a chief information officer, a chief marketing officer, and so on. And I decided that God was my ultimate advisor and could advise me on everything. So I brought it into my company and gave it a title, Chief Spiritual Officer, or CSO for short, and I'm confident, absolutely 100% confident, that the reason that I've had so much success in business and life is due to my partnership with Spirit. Now, what I do on a daily basis, every single morning, is I have a goal planning meeting with my CSO. I decide what it is that I want, describe it with gratitude as though it's already complete, and Spirit just gives me the path to take with one step at a time. I either take the step, ask for a confirming message, and ultimately I get more and more confirming messages, and I'm able to achieve my goals and celebrate. Sounds pretty simple, right? Right. Now the key is that you have to actually word your goals as though they're already complete with gratitude. How many of you have ever heard somebody say, I want to get out of debt, or I want to lose 10 pounds? Well, think about that goal for a minute. If the goal is to be wanting to lose or wanting to get out of debt, haven't they already achieved it? Aren't they already wanting? Why do you need Spirit's help with that? You're there. So wording it as though it's complete with gratitude is the key. I'm so grateful that I'm physically fit, trim, toned, energetic, in a healthy body that easily moves through life. See the difference? Right, so in this practice that we talk about, I'm able to achieve what I want by focusing on what I desire as an outcome, and Spirit gives me direction. But I also learned that I could do something else to enable what I desired to arrive sooner. I call that jump-starting your good. Whatever it is that you want to receive more of in your life, start giving it first. If you want greater health, go take one of your friends for a walk. Cook a healthy meal and invite someone over. If you want more time, find one person who's as busy as you are. Offer to run an errand for them. Take their dog for a walk. Give them time. If you want more appreciation or love, tell people that you appreciate and love them. If you want more money, give to where you're spiritually fed. And you will see that jumpstarting your good activates the law of increase for you, whatever it is. And I'm not the only one that believes this. Deepak Chopra, he said that in our willingness to give that which we seek, we keep the abundance of the universe flowing in our life. And another wonderful modern day physician and author, and I may absolutely, I may not pronounce this correctly, so if you know the correct pronunciation of his name, please shout it out. But Debashish Mrida, he said that life is a balance between giving and receiving. And the more you give, the more abundance you'll have in your life. And I have to tell you, I've proved that. And I know that you can prove it too. And what I want to do today is give you 3 points, just 3 points that you can take with you and use to remind you that you have the power to enable your good to arrive sooner, simply by activating the law of increase. Fair enough? All right, so everyone in your handout, in your bulletin, you should have one of these. So does everybody have it? All right. So the law of increase and activating the law of increase as giving and receiving is very simple. The very first thing that you want to do is recognize that there is a law. Recognize that there is a law and commit to giving first what you desire to receive. I have a friend of mine who is an accounting manager. And she told me after taking one of my workshops that she wanted to have a new job. Some of you may have felt that way in the past, that you want a new job. And so I asked her, why do you want a new job? And she said, well, I don't feel very appreciated at my company. And I'd like to make some more money. I said, so you don't really want a new job. What you want is to be appreciated and make more money. She said, yeah. I said, well, you want to do a little experiment with me? How about we activate the law of increase? Why don't you do this? Every single day, think of at least one person, just one person, a different person every day, that you could say, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I'm so grateful to have you in my life. I appreciate you. Every day, you can text them, you can call them, you can email them, you can talk to them in person, but one person every day. Would you be willing to do that? She said, sure. So she started doing that, and after about a week, she felt really happy. In fact, telling somebody that she appreciated them was kind of the highlight of her day. It made her feel so good. Well, shortly after that, she's as an accounting manager, has a number of people that work for her, and they're all in these modular offices outside of her office. And she comes out of her office one day to go to a meeting, and down the hall, she sees the executive vice president coming towards her. He drops to his knees in front of her and starts flailing his arms in homage. all of her little employees in their modular offices pop up and they're watching this go on. And he says, thank you all so much. You caught an error, a big error that could have cost our company thousands and thousands of dollars. I'm so grateful for all of you. I appreciate you so much. And he arranged for all of them to get bonuses. I'm happy to say that she did not go and leave the company. She stayed right where she was, but she has kept up with activating the law of increase. So recognize that there's a law and start giving whatever it is that you feel you're lacking: appreciation, love, money, peace, harmony. Whatever it is that you feel you're lacking, recognize that you can activate the law of increase for it to arrive sooner by giving it first. The second point is that you need to meet daily with Spirit, every single day, and describe giving and receiving as a goal. Describe what your life is going to be like as you give and as you receive what you desire. And you have to give it cheerfully. Now, another friend of mine is a woman. She owns a company, and she manufactures and distributes health and beauty products and sells them to Whole Foods and different kinds of places, right? And she decided that what she wanted for herself and her business was for it to thrive and prosper and increase in value. She wanted to grow her business and do well in business. And she wanted to activate the law of increase. So she decided that what she would do is give success in business and help her customers grow their business. And while she was out doing some merchandising, she was cleaning up her area of the shelves where her products were, and she started cleaning up the area of the shelves that her competitors' products were. And her employee that was with her training said, "Why are you doing that? Why are you spending your valuable time straightening out the competitors' products?" And she said, "Well, I want our company to grow, thrive, and prosper. I want us to be successful. And so in order to enable that to happen sooner, I am giving success to my customer. And this is one of the ways that we do that. We help them to sell products, not just our products, but all products." Well, unbeknownst to her, the buyer for the store was walking by and overheard her. 4 days later, she gets a call. The buyer decided to add 4 more stores to sell her product line. That was her single largest order that she had ever received. Thousands and thousands of dollars worth of new business. You can activate the law of increase by giving first, whatever it is that you want to receive. And she also met with her CSO every single day to describe the success in giving and receiving. You can do this too. The third and final point is that you need to commit now to give consistently on a regular basis. Do all of you want to receive consistently? Yeah? I mean, think about how awful it would be to receive 1 week and then not receive for 6 months and then receive something and then not receive. I mean, wouldn't that be a little scary? Well, so if you want to receive consistently, you need to give consistently. And you need to do it cheerfully. Why do you think that's true? You know, in 2 Corinthians, we're reminded that God loves a cheerful giver. Why do you think that is? Well, I think that it's because if we're not cheerful, what are we? Burdened, maybe focusing on lack, right? And because you are all the first service, you are much more spiritually advanced than everyone else. You know that whatever we put our attention on, we tend to attract, right? So if we're burdened and we're focusing on lack, what are we going to get? More of the same. So you have to give from a place that's cheerful in order to allow this law of increase to operate in your life. Another friend of mine who took one of my workshops said that he really did want to have more money in his life. He wanted to receive more money. And we discussed the law of increase, and he says, but May, I live paycheck to paycheck. I don't have any more. After I pay all my bills and expenses, I've got nothing left to give. And I said, well, what if you could make giving to your center a goal, giving to your church a goal, and allow Spirit to figure out the how? Would you be willing to do that? Would you be willing every morning as part of your goal attainment meeting with Spirit, would you put down that one of your goals is to give cheerfully to your church? And he said, well, sure, I could do that. And I said, let's make sure that we know where that cheerful place is for you. Would you be willing to give on just unexpected income to start, to prove this law, which of course is the law of tithing, the law of giving and receiving, the spiritual practice, right? We know it, but he was terrified. He had never proved that law before. So he said that he could give 10% on unexpected income. So every day he's writing down that he is successful in giving and receiving, that he feels terrific being able to support his church in a meaningful and growing way. He feels wonderful receiving all that extra income that's coming into him somehow from the bank of the universe, right? Every day he's writing that down. So I asked him to make a commitment first. Give today, and say, God, I'm making this commitment. I'm having a covenant with you, that I will know that you are the God of all possibilities. All things are possible. This is my commitment, and I will give weekly on unexpected income. So he gave $5 that first day. Well, the next week, he tallied up all this unexpected income, and he had $50. So he gave another $5. The following week, he was out taking his dog for a walk in the park. How many of you take your dogs for walks? Okay, so he always had the same route that he took. And this day, his dog is pulling against the leash and taking him off on a different route. So he follows. He looks down and finds a roll of money with a rubber band around it on the path and picks it up, $325. He looks around to see if anybody lost it. He went to the trailhead to see if anybody was in the parking lot, if anyone was looking for it, and he couldn't find anyone. So he looked up and said, thanks, Spirit. And he gave $32.50. Well, that went on for some time, and he started to gain confidence. He started to believe what other people had told him through their stories, that as you give, you receive. He was able to have confidence and prove it for himself. So he felt a little bit more confident, and he decided to give not only on unexpected income, but he went to the next level and started giving in addition on his net income. In a short time later, he got a 20% raise at work. You can't outgive God. This law works, but you need to start where you're cheerful and not be burdened. This is very important for the law to work. You have to be coming from a cheerful place. So that story is meant to encourage you. All these stories are meant to encourage you. And again, in 2 Corinthians, we are told that God loves a cheerful giver. This is very, very important. So what I want you all to do right now is I want you to close your eyes. I want you to take a deep breath. Ask yourself this question: where can I give and feel cheerful? At what level can I give and feel cheerful? Would it be on unexpected income? Would it be on after-tax income? Would it be on your gross income? Would it be on a combination of any of those? Okay, take another deep breath. Open your eyes. And write that down, whatever's come to you. Write that down. And make a commitment today when the offering basket goes around and when you have an opportunity to fill out your faith in action form, know that your goal to give can manifest, and your commitment as you give today will activate this law of increase. And then Spirit will show you how to manifest that additional money that's consistent with your goal for giving. You cannot outgive God. And I want to make a special note right now, and that is that as you continue to prove this law, and your increased finances are obvious to you, because I'm absolutely positively sure that all of you are going to have increase in finances as you prove this law, I want you to know that you should give and prove the law even more, because as you become more prosperous, you're able to do more good work. There are lots and lots of things that you can do with increased money to improve our world, to improve our community, to help our church. But I also want you to know that sometimes life throws some unexpected events at us. And sometimes they're detrimental to our finances, and they are temporary setbacks. If you're trying to give at that higher level when you've had one of those life experiences, you're not going to feel very cheerful. You may feel overextended. You may feel burdened. You may be focusing on lack. And what does that get us? More lack. So could I see every minister, practitioner, teacher for Unity to stand for just a second? Anybody that's part of ministry? Everybody that's part of ministry? See all these people? They know the law of increase. They know why it's important to be a cheerful giver. If you have one of those life changes, talk to them so they can support you and help you get back to a cheerful place of giving. Thank you very much. Because as a cheerful giver, you will continue to operate in this law of increase. Okay? So in closing, what I'd like us to do is to read the prayer together that's at the bottom of your handout. I want you to think of what it is that you would like to receive more of. Money, health, harmonious relationships, appreciation, love, peace. Does everybody have something in mind? Okay, then let's read this together. I am grateful that God is the only source of my supply. I cheerfully give today to activate and reinforce my understanding of the law of increase as giving and receiving. I have faith that God now directs me to receive all that is mine by divine right and to afford all of my giving, living, and entertainment expenses and more. I take action as God directs, and I show appreciation for my source by giving a minimum of 10% of what I receive each week. I now release these words and know that it is done. And so it is. Amen. May you be blessed. May you be prospered. May you be happy. May you be healthy and at peace. And as Emma Curtis Hopkins, the teacher of the Fillmores and Ernest Holmes, once said, there is a good for you and you ought to have it. And I would add that you should have it now. Thank you so much.
Thank you, May. And we have a denial and an affirmation we can say together. So our denial is, there is no absence of life and abundance anywhere. And our affirmation, God works and through I can enjoy life, existence abundantly. And again, thank you, May, for really what I feel is a message of trust and a message of generosity. So as our ushers come forward, I ask us all to really take a deep breath and just remember how much has been given, how much has been received here, and we open our hearts and give accordingly. Thank you.
Just as we give, so we receive. Richly we live in one golden weave. There is nothing that we can lack. We give from love, love gives it back. Just as we give, so we receive. Richly we live in one golden weave. There is nothing that we can lack. We give from love, love gives it back.
All of you know what's coming up this coming Tuesday. And some of you might have lost some hope. I just want to really encourage all of us to be grateful for the fact that we live in an amazing place of freedom. And just feel the gratitude of the fact that we can really have a voice in how we want our lives to go in this country. So I want to encourage you all to remember, come from cheerful giving around vote, because we're giving our life force to the democracy that we live in. And so in that spirit, I have a song you've heard me sing if you know my music, the song I wrote about gratitude, and I didn't remember that this was what's going to be her beautiful, beautiful talk. Thank you, May. And so for those of you who don't know, it goes, I am grateful for the skies up above. I am grateful for the skies up above. I am grateful for the miracle of love. I am grateful for the miracle of love. And if things fall apart, and I always jokingly say the Jews that were born, the people that were born Jewish like me, you can say, and when things fall apart. And my mom's coming, 95, she's coming this next service, so you'll see why I'm that way. And when or if things fall apart and I barely survive, and if things fall apart and I barely survive, I am grateful just to be alive. I am grateful just to be alive. Now, it really means a lot more if you're thinking about something you're grateful for. So really hold that in your heart. I am grateful for the skies up above. I am grateful for the miracle of love. And if things fall apart and I barely survive, I am grateful just to be alive. Sitting on the park, sitting on the porch, thinking about my problems, wondering what to do. Bills to pay, aches and pains, broken hearts, sleepless nights. But a ray of light shone through the clouds as if to say, this is a brand new day. A brand new day. Whoa, whoa, I am grateful for the skies up above. I am grateful for the miracle of love. And if things fall apart and I barely survive, I am grateful. Love your clapping. Just to, come on, stand up, let's sing this. I am grateful for the skies up above. I am grateful for the miracle of love. And if things fall apart and I barely survive, I am grateful just to be alive. I am grateful just to be alive. I am grateful just to be. Call out of the grateful for? I'm grateful for my daughter. How about you? Granddaughter, what are you grateful for? I'm grateful for the new minister that we know is coming in. Grateful for May. Thank you, May. Thank you for being here today. We're grateful for this wonderful community. We are grateful just to be alive. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary. Grateful to be alive, grateful for the gift of life. Gary's playing November, I think, 27th. So, yeah. Yeah, he's coming for the Wednesday service.
It's a beautiful experience of singing together. It's incredibly warm. We're surrounding the piano and singing together. It's beautiful. It's really good.
Thank you, Gary.
Last Wednesday night, the prayer service of November.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
So let's bless our gifts. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I receive, and all that I receive. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. And thank you, everybody. All right. Our third core commitment is the commitment of service. Let's say that together. We serve spirit, community, and each world with love, joy, and a sense of adventure. Adventure indeed. And we have the prayer chaplain meeting that's today. It's right after this service, and really it's a great chance to learn more about this incredible practice and this incredible group of people. So 11 o'clock, if you get a chance right after the service, please join them. And there's a lot more information in the hub. Also, we have a writer's workshop, and that's Sue Summer. She's been a teacher for 15, 16 years. And what a great time to have fun in a group and learn some writing skills. So please join Sue if you get a chance. Also, it's not too soon to start thinking about Christmas. God knows retail knows that. And we have Christmas decorations with Charcel. So it's in the courtyard. Go ahead and, again, there's all the information out there, the 24th. And we really do deck this place out. All the halls are beautiful. And if you are so called, we invite you to be a hospitality or a flower sponsor. Today, we have Richard Gordon, who's the reason Medora isn't here. Richard and Medora are celebrating their 35th anniversary. It's lovely, yeah. We send out our love to them. And Kimberly Call did the hospitality. So if you want to be a sponsor, go out in the courtyard. There's a sign up. And while you're out there, you might want to visit the bookstore. Will the prayer chaplains please rise? So again, right after the service, you have a chance to get to know this group better, these people. I served with them for 8 years. And if you feel any kind of anything, the human condition, joy, love, sorrow, talk to them. They're great listeners. They really have your back, and they're here to serve. And for your service, prayer chaplains, we're always grateful. And the rest of you, please rise as you're able. So as we close our service, let's hold hands again of the person next to you and connect as we did in our first core commitment. And let's say the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And let's go in peace and sing our peace song.